What did I slip on? Some frozen corn. Frozen corn? This is like the universe telling me I need to do something with this. It's telling me I need to make a Western corn souffle. Like an old-fashioned casserole. Let's get started. Okay, so I will post a recipe for you guys down below in the description box, so you'll have that. So I've got a tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to cook some diced green bell pepper, and I'm just going to cook it until it's nice and soft, and then I'm going to set it aside, and that way we will add it to the rest of the souffle later on. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize I turned my microphone off, so the next few clips will be me doing a voiceover because my microphone's off, but then we'll go back to actually having sound in the video again, so I apologize for that. So let's just get this melted, and then we'll add our pepper. I'm just adding that green pepper here, and just cook it till it's soft and then set it aside. You might have to drain off a little bit excess butter, but that'll be all right. Okay, I have the same pan and I'm adding the rest of the butter. Basically, we're going to make a roux and then we're going to make a sauce. And my pan was a little hot. I should have probably let it cool down a little bit, but there I am melting the butter. And honestly, I thought the ratio of butter to flour was a little weird because normally I do equal amounts, but this one has 1.5 tablespoons of butter to 4 tablespoons of flour. And it was kind of a pain. You can see I got a lot of lumps. And it was kind of a pain to incorporate the milk, like to get it smooth when you whisk in the milk. So I had to really, really, really whisk it. And the recipe didn't even say to whisk it. It said to stir it. So here I am whisking the hell out of it, trying to get those lumps worked out. And eventually I did. It got easier to get the lumps worked out the thicker that it got. But you want to cook this until it's nice and thick. And then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. So just whisk, 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 and get rid of as many lumps as possible. And here I am still whisking, still whisking, still whisking. And I make a lot of roux, particularly when I make macaroni and cheese. I like to make a roux. And I just use, like I said before, equal parts of butter and flour and then however much milk I need. But so this was a little bit different, but yeah, it took a lot of whisking to get those lumps worked out. So something to keep in mind. Okay. And now back to normal speed. I'm adding the salt and dried mustard. So in goes the mustard, in goes the salt. And then I'm going to add the cheese. Where's that at? It's cheddar cheese. You could probably experiment with other types of cheese, but we'll see how the cheddar tastes. So there we go, and it goes, starts melting, and then you're going to add the green bell pepper next, and then corn. You'll see I go back and have to add the corn later because I totally forgot. And when you add the corn, you want to make sure it's cooked. So mine was frozen, obviously, because you saw my dramatic fall earlier. I just put it in a microwave safe bowl with a little bit of water and cooked it for a couple minutes, and then I drained off the water, and I just called it good cooked corn. There you go. But if you have like leftover cooked corn on the cob, you could just take it off the cob and use that. So just beat your eggs a little bit. Those are just egg yolks because we're going to have to beat the egg whites. And then just add your add your egg yolks and whisk them in real quick so they don't cook. And so there we go. You see I'm like an idiot. Completely forgot to add the corn, but we'll do that next. Just what you've all been waiting for, corn time. Okay, in it goes. And I think I'm using sweet baby corn. I can't quite remember. It was on sale. So whisk is a terrible idea here because the corn likes to get trapped inside and is now in corn jail. So I think I got smart and switched to a spoon. So just kind of switch it up. Don't use a whisk. But I'm going to take it off the heat because I don't know if the heat will deflate the egg whites. I'm just not going to take my chances because I want the souffle to turn out. So I'm going to take it off the heat and let it cool down a little bit before we beat fold our egg whites in. We don't beat them in, we fold them in. But let's get our egg whites to stiff peaks. Alright, so it took me a long time to just say beat your egg whites to stiff peaks. And my cheese corn mixture is cooling, and so I don't know what the heck I was talking about here. You just need to beat your egg whites to stiff peaks. Why is that taking so long to talk? But that's what we're going to do, and then once they are in stiff peaks, then we will fold them in. Okay, so I have my stiffly beaten egg whites, and I'm just going to fold them in. I'm going to sacrifice some of them, just a little bit, to stir it around and kind of thin out this mixture a little bit. It'll make it easier to fold in. Okay, let's get the rest in here. And then just gently fold in the rest of your egg whites. And I wouldn't have never considered a souffle a casserole, but it's in this casserole book, so we're making it, and we're gonna call it a casserole because it's in that book, and maybe they know something I don't know. But I wouldn't initially think of a souffle when I was thinking of a casserole. But either way, it should be good. I'm smoking a pork loin. I need to go check on that. And I think this will be a good side to go along with it, along with a salad. So we're having smoked pork loin, Western corn casserole, and salad for dinner. I think that sounds pretty good. Okay, so that's pretty well incorporated. I have my greased 1.5 quart casserole dish. And I'm just gonna pour my mixture into it. Okay, smells good, but man, this made a lot of dishes. I'm not sure about that. Okay, I want to show you my setup in the oven. My oven's preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I have this large cake tin inside. It's bigger than my casserole dish, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my casserole dish in here and uncovered. I haven't made too many souffles before, but oh well. So I have hot water here. It doesn't say how high up the sides to go, so I'm just going to pour some in. Okay, so basically it bakes in a water bath. And I'm going to carefully put this into the oven, and I'm going to set my timer for 45 minutes. So I set my timer for 45 minutes. It says it'll take about 45 minutes or until it's set. So I'm gonna have to Google what a souffle looks like when it's set because it's been a very long time since I've made one. I don't typically make these. So just keep an eye on it. You might wanna, I'll let you know what it looks like when it's set. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I just wanted to show you guys something. Look at all the freaking dishes this made. What the heck? That's a lot of dishes for one dish. I don't know about that. That doesn't make me like this. I need to empty my dishwasher and put these in, but that's a lot of dishes for one dish. All right. All right, Dan, just got in from your work. What you got there?
I don't know. It's some kind of a weird casserole from this Cooking with Casseroles cookbook from the 1950s. So I don't know what it is, Molly.
It's corn souffle. Try
corn
it.
Souffle. That's an interesting texture.
It's egg white dish.
Tastes like egg whites.
Yeah, it has
corn.
egg whites. But there's also cheese, and then there's bell pepper in it. What do you think? It's called Western corn souffle. Does it taste Western to you?
No, it tastes like a breakfast thing.
Do you think it'd be good for breakfast?
Yeah, if you added like sausage and stuff. Yeah,
oh, that's
or
a good
bacon.
Idea. Oh, that's a really good idea.
I think it's definitely a breakfast dish.
Well, I smoked the pork loin for dinner. I thought this would be a good side.
Oh, nice.
Hi
Thank
there. He wants to try it too.
We good?
You just want to eat?
Oh, I'm hungry.
Okay. All right. I'll let you go. Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome. Bye, everybody.